Ah, at last you've arrived. Even through the storm, it seems you have impeccable timing. I have just prepared some frostbloom lavender tea for your arrival. Now come along, it shall serve your body well on this frigid night. Have I ever told you of my journey through the Aberakian mountain range? No? Oh, well you'll want to sit down for this one. Whew. Hey guys, it is I, Natural Wizard, here for my first upload of the week. Now you may already know this, but my schedule is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so look out for uploads on those days. But anyway, welcome, or welcome back, and get ready to jump into some r/entitled parents. Now just for a fair anger warning, we will be experiencing some parents that think their kid is entitled to your pet. So hold your fur babies close, and let's dive in. Now this is one of those examples of a parent trying to steal a pet. The post is titled, "Entitled Mother Manages to Take One of My Lizards Away from Me, and Now Wants to Keep Him." So if you're like me and you think lizards are precious and adorable, try not to get too upset. For clarification, I have two red-eyed crocodile skinks, which is a type of lizard that is kind of expensive but very beautiful nonetheless. So, I wanted to take my lizards to the vet for a checkup. To get there, however, I had to take the bus, and it would be an hour-long ride, but I had plenty of time. The lizards were in a little carrier on my lap where they were bothering no one. Now let me explain where I was sitting. There are these 4 seats, 2 on each side, that face each other, so when you sit in one seat, the person across from you will be facing you directly and will be uncomfortably close to you. Across from me were sitting the entitled mother and her bratty kid. At first I paid them no mind. I was just minding my own business until the entitled mother started talking to me. It was innocent at first. This is how our conversation went.
Oh hi, what you got there?
It's my 2 lizards. I'm taking them to the vet.
Ooh, mind if we take a look at them?
Sure. I lift the carrier up a bit and turn it towards them so they can see inside.
I didn't mean like that. I meant like, could you take them out so we can hold them?
No, sorry, I can't do that. The bus is pretty crowded, so I wouldn't feel comfortable taking them out, and you holding them here.
Ugh, why are you being so selfish? I just want my kid to learn and experience new things. It's not like they'll die if you take them out.
I understand, but my answer is still no. I'm sorry, I'm very protective of them. I was trying to be as polite as possible, but this is where it gets worse.
I can't believe that someone could be so arrogant. If my child wants to see the effing lizard, he will.
She quickly grabs the little doors of the carrier, which could be opened easily, and opens them, snatching one of the lizards. When I saw this, I was furious. Ma'am, please give me my lizard back. What you did is just very disrespectful. She ignores me completely and gives the lizard to the child, which is now grinning at me. I wanted to take the lizard back, but was afraid that they would hurt him.
See? Everything's fine. You're just being a bee about it.
Mom, I love it! He looks like a dragon! I want him!
Well, you could order one online.
Oh, honey, I'm sure you do.
Turns to me.
I think we'll keep him.
Excuse me? I paid quite a lot for those lizards, actually, and I'm very attached to them, so no, you cannot keep him.
Do you think I care? You've got 2 anyways. It's not like you need both of them. And besides, my son is little, so having a pet could teach him to be responsible. You're a grown adult. Why would you need pets anyway?
Thank you, Mom.
No. Please give me my pet back. I don't want to cause a scene.
Well, I do, and will cause a scene if you refuse to give us the lizard.
While she was talking, I turned the carrier the other way and kept the door open, so I could grab my lizard from the brat, put him back quickly, and bolt it out of there. And I'd do just that. I grabbed the lizard from the kid when he put him on his lap as quick as I can before the entitled mother could stop me, put him back, and try to get out of my seat.
What did you just do? How dare you take it away from my kid, you little poop!
I got up and tried to walk away, but not before she grabbed me by my shoulder and tried to pull me back a little. The kid is crying, everyone is looking at us, but no one is doing anything. I'm very scared at this point. I ended up actually hitting her hand so she would let me go. I ran to the bus doors and prayed to God she would not get up and come after me. She didn't, but I heard her screaming and swearing at me, calling me a botch, a dirty who, telling me that she wishes I'd die a painful death, and so on. I go out on the next stop and called my mom shaking to come pick me up. The lizard is fine, and thankfully I've never had an incident as bad as this one ever since. Not gonna lie, when I first read this post it made me pretty upset, because I've always wanted a pet lizard, and if some stranger tried to steal it from me, I would have no choice but to let out an angry battle screech as soon as she reached for the cage.
Oh, I just want to hold it for a second.
Never!
And hopefully by that point she'd be scared off and want to change seats. Alright, and here we go again with another mom trying to steal someone's pet. This one is called Mom Wants Me to Give Her Daughter My Service Dog and Sketchbook. I'm going to give some background info. I have PTSD and I have a service dog, Mira. I'm also an artist that does commissions. I was out at a cafe one day and I'm sitting at a table outside when I hear a little girl joyfully shouting,
Mommy, Mommy, it's a doggy!
I'd assumed that the girl was talking about someone else's dog, so I continued working on one of my commissions. I saw the little girl running up to Mira out of the corner of my eye, and the following conversation ensued. I'm sorry, you can't pet her. Mira always has her service vest on when we go out, by the way.
What do you mean she can't pet her? It's just a dog.
She can't pet my dog because it could distract her. Entitled kid was about to pet Mira when I gently pushed her hand away.
Did you just hit my daughter?
At this moment, my anxiety was starting to kick in.
Look, Mommy, the girl has a pretty book.
As she was saying that, she picked up my sketchbook and flipped through the book. I'd quickly picked Mira's leash up and asked for my sketchbook back.
I want the doggy.
The mother whispered something to her daughter that I couldn't hear. I grabbed my sketchbook out of entitled girl's hand and started to leave.
This lady is taking our dog.
I was already about to go into a panic attack when some people at the cafe had already called the manager because entitled mother was being loud from the get-go. The manager had showed up and started asking the entitled mother to leave. Of course, she started to tell the manager that I was taking her dog and that I had hit her daughter. The manager wasn't buying it, so kicked her out and apologized to everyone for the commotion. As I was walking out, I heard entitled girl throwing a fit, saying,
You said that I could have the pretty book and the doggy.
I eventually went home and calmed down, but the lady was arrested later that day for stealing somebody else's dog. So, yeah. Don't pet service animals and don't steal pets. Oh, lordy. Now, I've never had a dog, but I do love and cherish all dogs deeply. Now that being said, if I even saw someone trying to steal a service animal, I would have no choice but to cast a spell that would turn their fingers into spaghetti noodles. Ha! Good luck trying to steal a dog now with floppy spaghetti fingers. Oh yeah, and the only way to get your normal fingers back is by drinking a cup of the sacred marinara sauce. So good luck with that. Okay, so this next one is a classic entitled mother moment, but due to the situation, I think it's a little bit more screwed up. It's titled, Your Disabled Daughter Probably Won't Remember This, so my son should get to do it. This happened about 4 years ago when my little sister was doing horseback riding as physical therapy at a specialized center. They had special saddles, trained staff, gentle horses and ponies, and other accommodations for the physically handicapped. My sister went every 2 weeks or so and she always loved it. Anyway, one week we go, and there's a mom and kid we've never seen before at the desk arguing with the receptionist.
What do you mean you don't have any lessons open?
Ma'am, we're entirely booked. This is a popular time. You can come in on Monday at this time, or you can come in about 3 months from now for this time and day.
You've got to have something.
We don't. I need to check in some clients for the lessons they booked so they can have their full time. The receptionist was referring to us, standing awkwardly behind Entitled Mom, waiting for our turn. Entitled Mom whips around, sees us and huffs, standing off to the side. My mom goes through checking my sister in for her session and goes to send her off with the instructor. Then...
Excuse me?
Me and my mom turn around. Yeah?
Can my son use your time slot? We're not sure if we want to do this and we'd like to try it out.
You can watch.
Can't he ride? Come on.
No, we paid for this time and my daughter will be using it.
My son would get so much more out of this than your daughter, though.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, is she even going to remember this tomorrow?
I have no idea what happened after that because my mom told my sister to go to the stable and me to go to the stands. Knowing my mom, that woman may have had trouble hearing for a while after she got an earful from the angered mama bear. Okay, now what I think makes this so screwed up is that this place is for physical therapy, and I'd be willing to bet that the kid didn't have anything wrong with him and he just wanted to ride some horsies. So no, ma'am, my daughter will not be giving up her physical therapy time so your son can enjoy a little bit of horse riding. Now I am curious about what the angered mama bear had in store for that lady. Her reaction would have been priceless. I'm just imagining her jaw dropping, turning around grabbing her son, and spewing curses out everywhere as she stormed out of the building. Or perhaps she would have barked at the receptionist, demanding to speak to their manager, proceeding to spit out a bunch of lies trying to get them kicked out of their lessons. Yeah, that seems like something an entitled mother would do, for sure. Alrighty, I hope you guys didn't get too worked up over that. However, I don't blame you if you did. Those were pretty anger-inducing. It's just so hard to believe that people like that actually exist. Yet there's people that experience that every day. I'm sure people that work in customer service experience that the most. Now my advice if you run into an entitled parent, just give them a good old hearty battle screech and that should take care of it. And if that doesn't work, just proceed to cast the classic spaghetti fingers spell. Gets them every time. Alright, now I am just about out of time, but I am curious as to what kind of spell you guys would put on an entitled parent. Maybe it's the spaghetti fingers. Maybe you'd want to give them an extremely tiny mouth. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and spending some time with me. And as always, don't forget your tea before you go.